I'm going to show you how to properly muzzle train your dog so that they feel comfortable wearing it when needed. I think it's really important for all dogs to be able to do this because it's not a nice thing having something like this on your face if you've not been properly conditioned to it. But it's not difficult to do. So all you're going to need is a muzzle, treats, ideally in a treat pouch, and your dog. The best kind of muzzle is a basket muzzle such as this one. They are secure enough for the dog to not be able to bite anyone, but it allows for the freedom of movement for panting, for drinking and taking food as well when wearing it, and that's really important. Make sure you get the right size of muzzle for your dog. This one is the Baskerville brand. There's also really good muzzles on the Muzzle Movement website, and they will have fitting instructions and size guides on their websites, as they will all be different. So what we want to do is create positive associations with this strange thing. So all I'm going to do is grab a few treats in my hand, and whenever my dog approaches the muzzle or touches it with his nose, I'm going to mark it with a yes and give him a treat. Yes. Yes. So I'm showing it to him currently and he approaches it quite nicely. Yes. You can also place it on the floor, and if your dog shows any interest in it, you do the same thing. Yes. He actually started tapping it with his paw. Yes. And I am rewarding away from the muzzle at the moment, just so he doesn't feel any pressure to interact with this. Yes, but he's happily doing so. But it can be a useful thing to do to reward away from a scary thing for more nervous dogs. Yes. Once your dog is comfortable with that stage, you want to grab a muzzle the right way around. For us, it's this way, and we want to start to get the dog to place their face almost inside it. We don't want to go all the way too quickly because we want to gradually build up those positive associations. So I'm just going to face him. Yes. So he just approached it. He ended up landing on it slightly, which is fine, and I just marked it with a yes and treat. Yes. At the moment, I don't mind what interaction he is offering, what action he's offering. I just want him to interact with it and feel fine with it being around. Yes, with it being around and touching his face. Yes. He's actually starting to go further and further in, which is great. Yes. Once your dog is comfortable with that stage, you can start to slightly lure them, and how we can do that is by placing a treat through the holes of the muzzle, and your dog will be able to get the treat from the muzzle through the holes. Yes, he's getting the treat and I move away. Good boy. And then I'm going to grab a couple more treats in my hand. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. So treat through the hole. Yes. He gets the treat and then he can leave. And then again. Yes. And then he can leave. Okay. Once your dog is comfortable with that, another thing you can do is have your hand covering up the bottom holes and drop your treats onto your hand further in the muzzle. So my hand's covering the bottom holes, the treats are inside there, so kind of in the muzzle, and my dog's going to put his face in and get the treats. Yes. And can you see how right now his whole very eager. His whole face is inside of the muzzle. That's exactly what we want to get to, and he's comfortable in there. Good job. Okay. Another great thing you can do for that little trick is to spread a little bit of peanut butter or yogurt or something on the inside of the muzzle, just on the tip here on the inside, and then your dog can put its face in and start licking it out, and that's great too. Or you can get pate and feed through the hole, through the tube, whilst your dog's face is in the muzzle. So the next stage would be trying to fit it and put in the strap on. Again, we don't want to rush this process because, as you can see, there's a lot of dangly things and that can upset some dogs. And we really just want to build positive associations. So all I'm going to do is, he's comfortable putting his face inside of it now. So I'm going to get that face inside. I'm going to treat for a yes. He had issues getting it, and I'm going to do that. And I'm just going to go as far as this because he wasn't comfortable with me doing that. Yes. So I don't know if you saw that, but I just placed that strap on his head and let it off. So I don't want to put the strap on and trap him in that muzzle. We want to be able to put that face in, get him used to the strap going over his head, so it's so tangly. Get him over with that, yes, and treat. And then we're going to do that again. He's happy, yes, treat. Okay, so then that will allow me to hold that strap for a little bit longer and longer, yes, and treat, until I can clip it on and take it off. And then the next stage would be clipping it on, yes, treat through there, he's more than happy. Then you can take it off. If you're at this stage where you can start adjusting the straps, that's what you would do. You would adjust the straps, the size of the muzzle, treat as often as you need to, and then you let go. You open it up, you take it off. Good job. And you reward plenty. It's as simple as that. We just don't want any negative associations with the muzzle because they can often be used in stressful situations, and we don't want to add any more stress to those. Once your dog is comfortable having his face in, having that strap going over its head, and you're able to have that enough duration to adjust the straps, then we just hold it there for a couple of seconds, we treat, hold it for a couple more seconds, we treat, hold it for a couple more seconds, we treat, and that's how we can build up that duration in the muzzle. Then we can get them to walk around in it, treat for that, and that's how you can get your dog used to wearing a muzzle and feel comfortable in it and not be worried by it.